On 23rd September 2020, the Rajya Sabha passed the FCRA bill with some of the much needed amendments. In this series, we shall emphasize upon the entire journey of FCRA, the amendments made, what will now be the impact on India, and in the end, discuss about how the foreign powers are indulged in damaging the integrity of the nation via NGOs. FCRA, the Foreign Contribution Regulation Act, was first introduced in the year 1976 at the peak of emergency. It was enacted in order to maintain strict control over various organizations that received foreign funding. In the year 1984, an amendment was made to the Act requiring all the NGOs to register themselves with the Home Ministry. Once registered, they were then licensed to accept foreign funds forever. Then the year 2010, the pet project of Dr. Manmohan Singh, the nuclear power plant of Kudankulam, was being severely affected by the church mafia and environmental activists. As a result, the Act was repealed and a new Act with strict provisions was enacted. It reduced the validity of FCRA license from lifetime to 5 years only. And to get the license renewed, NGOs now needed to reapply for license. After 2014, Modi government made renewal policies very strict. They made it contingent on adherence to all the commitments NGOs had done. So all those who hadn't submitted their audit report, they were all refused renewal. In 2015, at the time of renewal of license, more than 10,000 NGOs got their license cancelled. Recently, 13 got their license suspended as well. Now, what changes will the 2020 amendment bring? Earlier, NGOs could open their designated bank accounts anywhere in the country as per their requirements and convenience. Now, the bank accounts compulsorily are to be made in State Bank of India, New Delhi branch. Interestingly, that will be the only account where the NGOs can get their FCRA money. Of course, they can make their other bank accounts in various banks at different places too. But the FCRA money in those will be only coming from the designated FCRA accounts in SBI New Delhi branch. Basically, it will be easier for the government to keep a track on the transactions. Earlier, the NGOs could use up to 50% of the FCRA money for admin expenses. It is to be noted that any expense other than the salaries of teachers, doctors, and the field activists is considered an admin expense. The funding for riots, conversion, and illegal assistance to accused also comes under the admin expense. Now, after the amendment, only 20% of the FCRA money can be used for admin expenses. Do you see where it's heading to? Right, trying to stop the riot funding, illegal conversions, and anti-national activities. Earlier, funds received under FCRA could be transferred to other NGOs that were licensed under FCRA as well. But now, NGOs cannot transfer FCRA donations to other NGOs, not even the subsidiary ones. Earlier, the provision for suspension was up to 180 days only, after which the license shall be cancelled. But now, the suspension period can be renewed in cycles of 180 days. During the suspension period, the accounts and funds are frozen and hence are unusable. The FCRA bill reflects the government concerns over the suspicion of the foreign funds arriving in India for creating lawlessness and chaos in the nation, since most of the foreign funds are directed in religious conversions of non-Abrahamics by the NGOs. Mostly the Christian missionaries get huge funds from European nations for furthering their propaganda. There is a big nexus. Thousands of NGOs and societies all across the country are getting foreign funds. These include the evangelists, the jihadis, and the so-called environmental activists, and many more prominent organizations. What their role has been in illegal and forceful conversions in India and the links with anti-CAA riot planners, NAC and some political parties, we shall be discussing in further videos in this FCRA series. Just to give you an overview, NGOs received huge foreign funding of over 58,000 crores between 2016 to 17 and from 2018 to 19, and these were found to be involved in separatist movements and anti-national activities. The next video of this series shall be out within 48 hours after the upload of this video. So make sure you subscribe our channel and push the bell icon so that you don't miss the next video in this series.